What's up?
What's up, guys?
Welcome to One on One Ratio Pod, the pod where we talk about everything but film.
Yeah, we
We
talk
hate
about
film.
jewel pods and
Oh.
semicolons
So-
and ratios against men and women, but never
yeah.
film.
No, yeah. That because film sucks.
Yeah,
Okay.
we hate
We're
it.
all about music and TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what also my opinion is?
Yeah.
That every film that shows something bad happening on screen,
Oh,
that
right.
means that the directors endorse it.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why this week's movie is Bones and All, and we support
Cannibalism.
cannibalism.
Yeah.
So we just thought that, like,
Not only we support, we partake.
yeah, we partake. We partake
Yeah.
on the daily.
Yeah.
But you'll never see that happening. I
Yeah.
know I know
Let's
there are
just
some of
say
you.
I'm more like Mark Rylance in this movie than people think I am.
Oh, guys, he's a spicy little bugger. Look at him.
A spice little bugger.
Spicy, spicy, spicy. A spicy little bugger.
Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah.
Very, very train spotting.
Yeah. Should we
Shall
get right
we
into
speaking of train spotting, let's get into our
speaking of
news because
speaking
oh
of
my
train
god,
spotting?
is
Wait,
Meli wearing a themed shirt like she always does?
I
That's
am wearing a
epic.
theme shirt.
Melly
I
has a
love
shirt for everything. If I did a
I
podcast
do.
about cheese and she was a guest, she would have a big old cheese shirt.
I would, guys. I love collecting like fun little eclectic shirts.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, a lot of things happened this week because we took a little bit of a liaison.
Yeah.
Is that the right word? A liaison
I don't
from
know. I don't know if liaison is the right word.
No, liaison's like a
Liaison,
guide, like a guide or
yeah.
like someone that's I don't know
We took
why
a
I said
little we just took like a little like one like a little short break, but we're
a
back
little
in
vacation.
business.
But we're back in business and we're gonna talk about some epic stuff.
Hell yeah. And we
And
we got to speed through this news because we have so much to talk about. Like, y'all don't even know. So we're going to speed through this.
um Paramount releases Mean Girls for free in 23 parts on TikTok, and that was for Mean Girls Day.
Yeah.
What
That
do you
was a
think
while
of
ago though.
movies being oh, was it? What do you think of movies being reduced to swiping up and down? Or only down, mostly down.
I don't know how I feel about that, actually. I don't know if I like it.
Okay.
I
Well, I'm
think
happy we're on the same page.
it's certainly a concept. Don't really like it that much.
Because
Sorry.
I love Mean Girls, so
Yeah.
it really sucks to see because why are you reducing shit to TikTok?
Yeah.
Like it's really that mentality that all these studios have that movies are just content and people
Mm-hmm.
are consuming content that makes it so unromantic and just like like it's like
It's very
all about
capitalistic.
capitalism. Yeah, it's all about money. Like
Yep.
that's not true. Film is more than that. I know we said we hate film, but come
Yeah.
on. We
But
have a little
sometimes,
respect for it.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
we might hate it, but we respect the craft that goes behind it.
Yeah. Did you see anything movie news related this week?
I did actually. One of the things is the fact that Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein will be starring Andrew Garfield as Frankenstein, and Oscar Isaac, and Mia Goth, and Christoph Waltz. Guys, this is a stacked cast.
Hold up.
Stacked. That was too
I
loud.
thought Andrew was playing the monster. Is he the monster or is he the
I saw that he was Frankenstein. Let me double check that just to make sure I'm
Because
not
I
wrong.
want to see. You're right. Because I want to see Oscar as the monster. Actually, no. I want to see Oscar as Frankenstein's creator, whatever his
Creator.
name is, and I want Andrew as the doc. Or no, Frankenstein is the doctor, isn't he?
I have good no. No. Frankenstein
No,
is the monster that
no.
gets
I think that's a misconception.
Oh, is it?
I might be bullshitting.
Well, all
I'm
I'll
sorry if
say
I
is
am.
that Andrew Garfield has Frankenstein, Mia Goth is actress, and Oscar Isaac is the scientist.
That is stacked.
Yup.
And
Yep.
if Guillermo del Toro's at the helm,
Oh,
then
he's gonna devour.
yeah, bro, Frankenstein's the monster.
Yeah.
I mean, not the monster. Sorry. No. I'm sorry. I worded that wrong. He's the monster's creator, Victor Frankenstein.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right. Oh
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
and then he creates him. So
Right.
yeah, sorry. That was unrelated, but Guillermo del Toro, obviously me and Meli are big fans of Guillermo. You kind of
Guillermo.
told me I'm saying his name wrong, so
What? Oh,
I seem like an idiot.
wait. It's the you don't pronounce the L though. Guillermo.
I've been saying it yet like
Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we do in the
I don't
shadows. Guillermo.
I don't know. I don't know.
Whatever.
Um
What's your next
but
piece
yeah,
of news?
yeah. Um there was a I'm sorry, did I just swallow spit right next to my microphone?
I do
Um
not hear.
okay, good. Cuz that was like a really violent spit wad going down my throat. The Curse starring Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone.
I was yes, 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 yes.
This is a crazy trailer, insane trailer. Looks so kooky and weird.
Guys. Have you if you've seen the rehearsal or Nathan
I
for
haven't seen it
you,
yet. I've seen Nathan for You.
okay. Oh, it's gonna be good, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Anything
be
Nathan Fielder touches.
he is such a gem.
Yeah.
I love him.
I do too. He's
He's
epic.
awesome. Yeah. Any other
Um
trailers you saw released this week though?
I saw no.
Oh,
Well, I saw the what was it? The Iron Fist or something from
the
A24.
Iron Claw.
The Iron Claw. Did you watch that trailer?
I did.
What'd you think?
It looks a little cringe.
Yeah, I don't know what tonally is going on there. I couldn't tell if it was just like a straightforward boxing story or if it was like a weird comedy with Zac Efron.
Yeah.
What was it trying to go for? Is that a biopic? What is it?
I I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know either. All I know is that it's Zac Efron and Jeremy Allen White or whatever his name is.
Strange trailer. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
But Melly, you know, um, your favorite director, Greg Araki, um, he made a big statement this week. And
Yeah.
did I also hear that you saw him live in person?
Yeah, I was actually going to talk about that during our movie Spotlight. And I'll go a
Oh,
little more.
sorry.
It's
Okay, well,
okay.
yeah, please, yeah,
I
keep
did
it
see him
provincial.
live. I will go more into detail about that soon.
Sick.
But
Um,
he did call Euphoria a miserable depiction of teen life and there's no joy. And you know what? He's not wrong because if you see the movies he's created about teenagers and about teenage lives and like not coming of age but like an exploration
right,
of
right.
age is a better like way of describing his movies.
Mhm.
You would know that he has full authority to say whatever he wants
Right.
about movies and TV shows depicting teenagers because he is a master at it. So I
He's the
totally
master.
yeah, I totally agree with him on that. Go Greg. Love you, Greg.
I also think he has a tremendous amount, at least in Mysterious Skin, which is the only thing I've seen. There's a lot of joy in it as well,
Yep.
and a lot of melancholy that I don't know if I mean, Euphoria just feels like very depressing, hits you over the head with all this sadness. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they captured melancholy, except for like the colors and the production design. I'm not sure if they captured melancholy in the way that's fitting for me as much as Mysterious Skin does.
Right.
So, um, but yeah, um, so there's a big thing sweeping theaters this week, and it's Tay Tay. It's Taylor Swift. The
Where's Travis
Eras
Kelsey?
tour. The
Never mind.
Eras. Who's that?
Her new little boy toy.
Oh, I didn't. I don't know. Um, the Eras tour, her concert film premieres with insane ratings on Letterboxd. Like the rating curve is like 5 stars, like up here, and then the bottom that's like half stars. There's a little hump there. Which is so saying of Letterboxd, because there's either lovers or haters.
All I'm gonna say is that if that fucking movie gets in the top 250 list,
No, but they changed the system. They changed it so that movies can't do that anymore.
okay, good, because Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But we haven't seen it, I guess. It's
And I
three
will
hours
not see
long.
it.
It's 3 hours. She's a hater.
Yeah, I hate
It's
Taylor
3 hours
Swift.
long. I do like concert films. So
Yeah,
maybe it'll go well, I guess. I like Stop Making Sense. I like Monterey Pop. So
but this is a little different.
right, but it has a higher rating than Monterey Pop.
Right, so it's better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Okay, I get it then. I totally get it. I get it.
We won't get into our Taylor Swift opinions, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um well there was a death this week that was actually very sad. And that's Piper Laurie,
Mm-hmm.
actress that lived to 91.
Yeah.
Um and obviously y'all know I'm a Twin Peaks fan, so obviously Twin Peaks, but also one of the movies on Meli's top 5 horror films, Carrie. She is the mother from Carrie,
Yeah.
and I think that's what the character that stuck with her the most during her career. And I just want to shout her out. She's a chill guy. What do you think of Piper Laurie?
Um Obviously I knew her from Carrie, and
Mm-hmm.
she was phenomenal in Carrie. She played a very convincing conservative Christian mother. It was great. And
She's
I
also sorry.
no, it's
You
okay.
are?
I was just gonna say that like I probably have seen her in other things too, but she's really good. Rest in peace.
She is really good, and when she was younger, she was also very very beautiful, very beautiful. And she worked with actors like Paul Newman and stuff when she was
Mm-hmm.
younger. Um, just an amazing, impressive filmography, and I wanted to shout her out. But Melly, what's the most important thing that I mean? Obviously, not less. Not saying her
No,
death wasn't important,
it,
but
but she lived a long life.
yeah, we had a big. I had a consumerist orgasm today, or yesterday, or
Oh,
the day before
didn't
yesterday.
we all? Because
Didn't we
guys,
all?
Criterion titles got announced.
Oh God. These announcements literally brought tears. Like, this is so pathetic. I
I
literally almost started tearing up.
It's so funny because I saw it, I was reading it, and I immediately texted Yoav, and I was like, I don't
The
remember.
visceral reaction I had to these announcements, I was hyper. I was going. It was insane. It was insane. It took me half an hour to get off the high of seeing these announcements. Um, 6 new titles,
Six
two
is
box
crazy.
sets. Yeah. So last month it was like kind of like
There's
there
three.
was one there yeah there was 3. There was one box set announced, which was kind of cool. But Pinocchio didn't really, or Days of Heaven getting re-released. That's not as just in your face 6 titles, like
Mhm.
insane titles.
Six
Um,
insane titles, and if I'm not wrong, they're all new.
yeah, no, 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 no.
No, no. Which one's not new?
Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay, I
We'll
thought they
talk
were all
about it.
new.
So, well, should we keep the biggest announcement to last, just in case people haven't seen it?
Yeah.
if anyone cares,
Yeah.
actually. Um, I'll start by saying Mudbound, a Netflix film. Criterion is continuing their great relationship with Netflix, releasing Mudbound, which is a movie
Mm-hmm.
from 2017. Which seems interesting. I like the cover for it, but
Yeah.
haven't heard of it at all. So cool
Neither
to
have I.
release things that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What's another ill film?
Another film that got released was Lone Star.
Oh yeah,
I'm from
John Sayles.
1996. Yeah,
Yeah,
1996. John Sayles. Um,
I believe it's about racism.
I don't know much about it, but let me see.
Well, one of my favorite YouTubers, Daisuke Beppu, was unpacking these announcements, and he was raving about Lone Star.
Oh,
So
Matthew McConaughey.
he's in it.
Yeah, he
Oh, that's
plays
cool.
Buddy Deeds.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go. That's just enough for me to pop that
Mm-hmm.
in the player. Um, Additionally, we got a 4K, and is that releasing to 4K or Blu-ray?
4K.
4K. Awesome. We got a 4K upgrade of the Coen Brothers Blood Simple, which is
Okay.
a very famous film I haven't seen yet. But really looking forward to check that out, and I hope it's a great transfer. Um, what's next? This is so exciting.
The Apu trilogy.
Oh yeah, man.
I saw that, guys. I was shocked. I was like,
So what's so cool about this is the original Blu-ray release of this was revolutionary because the film, the actual wheels of film of this trilogy were burned in a house fire, and they went back and meticulously restored it, working with Martin Scorsese and obviously the fellas that work on restoration with Janus Films, and meticulously restored it to how it looks now. And I've seen this trilogy. I agree with everyone. It's one of the best trilogies out there. I don't think I if you watch a trailer for the trilogy on the Criterion website, it kind of underplays how heartbreaking this trilogy is, but it's really just about life and living and love and sadness and happiness and the highs and lows of living. Um and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful set of films. I'd love to talk about it one day on the podcast. Um and I'm really happy. It's so cool that these films went from being burned in a house fire to having 4K UHD
that's
disc
crazy. It's
attached to
really
them. So
crazy.
yeah. Um. Okay, two more. We had what was the box set we got?
Chantal Ackerman masterpieces 1968, 1978.
This is a big deal for us cinephiles, actually, because she is a very, 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 very important filmmaker. Obviously, she released what is considered the best film of all time by BFI, that being Jean Dielman. Just known as all around as a masterpiece of filmmaking. She has, from what I understand, themes of loneliness and feminism, and it's her movies are very atmospheric from what I understand, and just she's such a big figure, and I haven't gotten into her filmography enough, but this period from 1968 to 1978 is one of the best periods in film in general. So I find it interesting that they chose these years, and specifically Chantal Ackerman. She is such a towering figure on art house cinema, and that's amazing that they released this. So I was very happy about that too.
Yeah.
But
I haven't like really I'm excited to like watch her movies because I've been
yeah,
meaning to watch them for a while now and
yeah,
I'm really excited about that. But our
awesome.
last guys, reason why I wore this shirt. Train
Train
spotting,
spotting.
Criterion release of Train Spotting. Guys, you I would not have expected this at all.
Me neither.
Like,
Me
it
neither.
came so out of the left field, like
Right.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Trainspotting, and it glows in the fucking dark.
The box glows in the dark, guys.
Glows in the dark.
It's so funny how we're
I love this movie. I have multiple little things of it on my
Meli,
wall.
you know I haven't seen it, right?
Yeah, I know you haven't seen it.
Okay. I was just
Obviously I love
worried.
this movie because I'm wearing the shirt. I
Yeah.
love Danny Boyle. I love, love, love Ewan McGregor. He's so, so good in this movie.
I'm so excited to watch this.
Guys,
But
I'm
did
buying it immediately when it comes
did
out.
you pick
Buying it.
anything up on the flash sale at the end? Me neither. Okay. Well, because I'm living here, so it's a little hard to get discs, but so it kind of makes sense I did. But I'll definitely buy things during the Barnes and Noble sale. But fair warning about train spotting. I don't think this worries you a lot. I'm not kind of a
What?
heckler for this. However, it kind of disappoints me. Um, the 4K restoration, they posted stills of it on their Instagram, and they gave it the same treatment that they gave Bong Joon-ho's Memories of a Murder, which is
Wait,
kind of
where is it?
um I don't know. But this has kind of been a thing where restorations have kind of dialed down colors till the scheme is a little the color scheme is a little more cool, like bluish greenish, and more gray and more muddled. So it depends
Oh,
how much this change bothers you, because it is a significant change. I still think it's worth buying the Blu-ray, the disc. I just don't know how much that visually bothers you, because they did change the visuals of this movie.
it
Um
definitely, it disappoints me more because
yeah.
it's like I know you have the means to have it be the color it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
and when it's dialed down, it is like a little like, oh,
Yeah. But they worked with Danny Boyle on this, so I don't believe that they like ruined it or
no, maybe
anything.
Danny. Well, maybe that was his original thing.
Right, which is what these directors are saying. Like Bong Joon-ho, when he worked for Memories of Murder for that Blu-ray release, or Wong Kar-wai when he came back and did that box set, um, that he also changed the color scheme. I don't know. I don't get that thing of like going back and changing your films, but that's up to you. And this like trend of making it more gray, I guess, is a thing. I just
I
don't
hate
like
it.
it. Memories of Murder looks more like, didn't want to bring this up, but it looked a lot like woman talking and that kind of color scheme. Even though
Oh,
I believe it's a very colorful film. I still rated it 5 out of 5 because it's very impactful, but um
okay, that's not. I don't like
it
the
did have
sound of
that
that.
color scheme, and that's kind of what they're doing for Train Spotting, so I'm worried. But I still think the disc is worth buying because it glows in the dark, so who cares?
Hmm.
Well, yeah,
Well, that's
that's
our
our
movie
movie
news.
news. But
Um,
we did not move through that fast.
no, we did not.
But
It,
it's
but
okay.
we'll move to the next segment quickly.
Yeah.
I have three things to share. Very easy, very
What did you
quick.
watch? What did you watch?
Let's start off slowly. This is a show I started watching. Our Flag Means Death.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's
I've heard of
so
that one.
good, guys. Oh my God.
It's
If
good?
you, yes, yes,
Awesome.
yes. If you like pirates, if you like gay love, if you like Taika Waititi, this is the show
Whoa,
for you.
whoa. Pirates and gay love and Taika Waititi?
Gay, Taika Waititi, gay pirate. That should sell you.
And sold. Is it on HBO Max?
Yup.
So you guys should watch it. I don't have HBO, but
He doesn't
I
have it.
might rent it or something.
But
Yeah.
very good show. Highly recommend. I'm obsessed.
Oh, cool.
So was watching that. I have next thing I watched Taxi Driver. I rewatched that for Cinema Critique Club.
Oh
Ugh,
no.
don't care for it. Still don't care for it. Love Marty. Taxi Driver is just not my favorite from his filmography. This has been known. I've made it clear I don't like it. I've said this before, one of my most
This is your
liked
first
reviews.
public statement.
Yeah. One of my most liked reviews on Letterboxd is actually my taxi driver review of when
How
I was
many
talking
likes?
about.
I won't ask.
I think it has like 6 likes.
Oh shit! That's actually a big.
Yeah.
It's relatively big.
Third thing I watched last week, Thursday night, I went to go see a remaster of Nowhere by Greg Araki in theaters. Um Absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. The first time I watched it, it was so grainy and the colors were not how it was supposed to be. The remaster of Nowhere, so clear. Colors were vibrant as it should have
See, here's
been.
someone that upped the
Yeah,
colors.
for sure. For sure.
So why are people muddling them down?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
Nowhere in theaters was a very surreal experience. I there was a Q&A with Greg Araki, James Duval afterwards. I got to meet them. I took pictures. Um I he signed my copy of Doom Generation. He also may or may not have said something about the teen apocalypse trilogy coming to Criterion. We shall see. I asked him,
We'll see.
I raised my hand and I said, any news about your movies coming to Criterion? And he was like, I cannot. He was like, he was like, I can't say much, but all I'm gonna say is that there are things happening and things are in the works. He said there should be an announcement coming soon.
I still can't believe how much balls Meli has. Like, I'm so proud to be your friend because that is crazy. Like, I don't think I'm as socially like could do that. So and worked out, and now you're his biggest fan. So
Mm-hmm. I love him.
um, that's insane that you saw Gregor Rocky live and asked him a question and
I
he
can
signed your shit and has pictures. That's great.
I
Do you
can
want to
show a
pull up a
little pic.
picture while I
Yeah.
start? Okay. Um, well, I have been watching. Oh my god. It's Melly and that's so surreal. That is so
Me and
surreal, guys.
Greg. And then here's a picture with him and James. I don't want to give away the theater just so people don't fucking kill me. But there's James
Sick.
Duval.
Oh my god.
He is
I'm
he's so sweet. They're all so sweet.
is he so sexy or is
James?
he
Um, yeah,
not
yeah,
not what he used to be?
not what he used to be.
I see.
Anyways, what did you watch?
Well, I've been doing a director's binge,
Ooh.
on a director that no one has heard of, which really annoys me. Um, a director, not no one. She has some devoted fans. A
Mm-hmm.
director called Joan Micklin Silver. Have you ever heard of Joan Micklin Silver? Of course you
Yeah,
haven't,
I knew he
because
was gonna
she
kill
has
me.
been buried. She has been buried by the industry because she is one
No.
of the best female directors that I have ever seen.
Better
Okay?
than Greta Gerwig?
Yeah, no,
I'm
yes.
kidding.
She's oh. Yeah, well, yeah. I hate how Greta Gerwig is the only female director example that people have. It
That
pisses
was
me
my
off, but
joke.
whatever. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I totally agree with that joke. Um, she, well, obviously her most famous work being Chilly Scenes of Winter, which has a Criterion
Oh,
disc.
I know that movie.
Yeah, yeah. One of my favorite movies of all time. I own it. I love it. But she has only 19 movies in her filmography. And I watched the following: Cron Crossing the Lancy, Between the Lines, Lover Boy, A Fish in the Bathtub, Big, Big Girls Don't Cry, They Get Even,
Okay.
Finnegan Begin Again, The Case of the Elevator Duck,
What the
and
fuck?
The Fur Coat Club. I know these
Oh,
names sound surreal.
that's a lot. That's a lot to watch.
Um, but this is an addicting filmography. It's like crack cocaine.
Oh.
It's these subtle, stories about love and relationships, and a lot of it is about like being in your 20s and
Mm,
working, and like some of them so A Fish in the Bathtub and Finnegan Begin Again are romances centering around elderly people, and they're exploring old love and what happens to love with age. And then stuff like Crossing Delancey, which I think should be a rom-com staple, um is more about like finding yourself and romance as a young person, or Lover Boys and Big Girls Don't Cry They Get Even are just kooky like comedies that are just super funny and entertaining.
nice.
And Between the Lines, I think, is a masterpiece, about of a bunch of young people hosting a like a hipster liberal newspaper, and what happens to them. And it stars frickin' Jeff Goldblum. And no one talks
Oh,
about this movie.
oh
And it's
wow.
it's a perfect movie. So Joan McLean Silver, I've been doing a binge. I will continue this binge. She's an amazing director. Please check her out. That's what I've
Awesome.
been doing this week. Yeah.
Awesome. I've been meaning to check her out because that Chilly Scenes of Winter is on my watch list. That's
Well,
awesome, dude.
cool. Should
Yeah.
we get should we get to our feature prez?
Yeah, I've been waiting for this for 2 weeks, so I think we should get to it.
Okay.
We'll see you guys in our next segment. We've been waiting for this for weeks.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Welcome to Bones and All Debrief. Here's my background.
Here's mine. This is Bones and All, directed by Luca Guadagnino.
Yup, yup, yup.
Love Luca.
Love Luca.
Great fan of his work nowadays. And Meli sure does love this film. So we're watching it. We watched it this week, and here are our thoughts. Um, Directed by Luca Guadagnino, 2023, 2022.
2022. I said 2023 last time by accident.
So
Is
2022. What are your thoughts?
okay.
Well,
Let me
that
pull
was
up
a
my
bad way
notes.
to start.
Girl,
That
girl,
was a bad way to start. I'm sorry.
girl. What is that? Yeah.
What's your first note?
No, no, no. Because what's your first note? Since I've seen this movie before. No, we don't start like that.
Fine.
Yeah.
Well, just to spite you, I'll my first note was just a stupid note about how they changed the MGM logo to a CGI lion. I don't know if the
Oh.
original wasn't CGI, but this one kind of looks like shit.
Oh.
So, do you
Imagine the raw
agree?
lion is real and they hear you saying that and they come and maul you to death.
I take it back. We love the lion. Also, I love MGM. Just in case there's future opportunities with them, I love you.
We love MGM and all lions.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, that was my first note. What's your first note, Meli?
Bitch. Okay. From the standpoint of someone who has seen this movie before, my first note immediately, because I love the music of this movie, is the
Right.
music.
You're right.
Guys,
Which is actually my second note.
okay. I have the whole playlist downloaded onto my phone and I actively listen to the playlist, not playlist, album when I'm doing homework, when I'm studying, when I'm in a spooky freaky mood. I listen to the album. So good. Trent
When you're in the
Reznor.
mood to eat someone.
When I'm in the mood to do Bones and All.
The cannibal jokes are not gonna stop, guys. So if that bothers you,
Never.
then don't.
But gotta love me some Trent Reznor up in here. Nine
Yeah.
Inch Nails. Come on. Come
Mhm.
on. Come
Well,
on.
I think this might be my favorite thing Trent Reznor has done, because I do love Nine Inch Nails,
Ow.
but I mean the score is just amazing. just making the choice to make it a guitar oriented score
Oh,
was perfect, but then sometimes it's calming and unsettling, and there's sometimes these synths over it, and it's so
yep.
powerful and emotional and epic. This score is the score, like the music for this, is masterful. Obviously, Nine Inch Nails, he knows to pick his projects because
Yeah.
he was also featured in Twin Peaks: The Return. He did a whole ass musical number, and he was epic in that too. His film choices are great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, this guy worked with David Lynch and Luca Guadagnino. Like that's like
He
that's
has an
amazing.
Oscar.
He does?
Yeah.
For what?
For Soul.
For speaking of Oscars, let me just get this out of the way. This should have won way more Oscars,
It didn't
and
win any.
it wasn't even nominated,
It
was it?
was I remember being so sad when this movie got 0 nominations, not even the score, not
Bro, the
cinematography.
Oscars just hate horror movies.
Yeah, they hate horror, they hate everything. Like it's really bad. When they not a single nomination, guys.
Guys, that's sad. That makes me hate the Oscars. I already do hate them, but I'm addicted, so
That's how everyone
yeah, nice.
feels.
Yeah. But so sad that this didn't get any nominations. So my score is the first thing, and then secondly, obviously the visuals
Oh,
of this film.
oh, so
First of all, just like choosing guitar as an instrument, this staff chose to shoot on film,
yup.
which is the best choice they could have possibly made for this story. Um, Simply an amazing choice and an amazing looking movie. What do you think of the visuals here?
Obsessed. Obsessed. Because I'm a sucker for that kind of American Gothic kind of like I don't want to say Gothic because it's not no, because this is American Gothic, but it's not Gothic in the way people might think it is, like
Right. It's
black
gothic in the
and
way that people eat each other.
yeah. It's so good, and I'm a sucker for like rural America, butt fuck middle of nowhere like
Right.
movies. It's so real. It's so real. To me, it's more real than it being in a big city, in a New York, in a
Mm-hmm.
hustle bustle. Like to me, this
Yeah.
is like the real reality of
Yeah. Yeah.
America, and it works so well.
It's the majority of America looks like what this movie looks like.
Pretty
So
much.
if you haven't visited.
Yeah. And I also want to say that this movie could have only been, I mean, just if you didn't know, it was a book adapted to a
Mm-hmm.
movie.
I didn't know that until halfway through the movie.
Okay. Yeah. And for viewers who don't know that, that's how it is. Only Luca could have directed this movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, which
No
is
one else
funny
could
because
have.
this is an Italian man who
Yeah.
knows how to frame America more than a lot of directors do.
Yeah.
Um, in a perfect way, in a way that's emotionally captivating, and the images here. I'm not even talking about like the how he shoots blood. I'm talking about how he shoots the human body, and the landscape is so evocative and emotional. I I can't even put my finger on the feeling that these visuals give me, but the cinematography also morphs with the writing. As the story continues and slash becomes more love oriented or more real and down to earth, there's the the visuals change. The cinematography is brilliant. It's brilliant work. Who's the cinematographer?
Let's see.
Let's check. Just
Oh,
I was so
oh, I
impressed.
forgot.
What?
It's an Armenian.
No way. The
Yes.
cinematographer?
Yes.
Oh my god.
His
What?
name is Arseny Khachaturian.
Oh my god.
I told
What?
I No, because I knew that. I knew that because I remember reading about it because there's like an Armenian Film Society thing. I remember them
Right, right.
posting about how Bones and All's cinematographer is an Armenian. Yes, totally.
Awesome. Well, brilliant cinematography. Brilliant. I this person has an eye
Oh, for
and like a
sure.
genuinely unique way of filming that was so incredibly and you talked about the US and this Midwest vibe. But I also want to talk about like the choice to make this in the 80s and like set it in the 80s because I also think that's also captured very well and the production design is amazing for that. But the story wouldn't have worked if it wasn't in the 80s.
I agree.
I don't know if you yeah.
I agree.
Because just all of these like cassette tapes and that, they don't get any other way to, one of the better things of the internet, or I guess the only pro to the darker side of the internet is that there's ways to um associate yourself with people that
Yep.
also have these dark tendencies. And obviously if it's a dark sexual thing,
Mm-hmm.
there are ways to, oh god, to
Like link
express
with
yourself, or
people.
link with people, or like try to play out your fantasy in a safe way.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I mean,
Yeah, no, totally.
um but I think that if this was set now, it would have been a much different story.
Yeah.
And I think the choice to make this in the 80s was good, at least
Mm-hmm.
from the author of the books. you know
Right. And then obviously Luca's interpretation of that is
right, right.
awesome. I think it also really works in the 80s because, and this kind of connects to like my overall idea of
Mhm.
the metaphor and analogy,
Okay,
allegory of
I'm looking forward to
cannibalism.
this idea.
But like I think it's because America in the 80s, like Ronald Reagan,
Right.
like very,
Don't they show Ronald Reagan on the TV at one point? Is that Ronald Reagan talking? I don't remember.
uh, I don't think it
Some other white
was.
guy. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
But it was a very different time for America, and
Mhm.
it was a really big shift, and like Ronald Reagan was such like, for a lot of Americans he was a very positive presence and people really liked him as president, but he also
Okay.
brought a lot of, I don't know what the right word
Hate.
is. I was going to say negativity, but that's not the right word.
I said
He
hate or like conservatism
Yeah.
towards a lot
And
of
of course the
things.
conservatives like loved him, but he
Mhm.
also destroyed a lot of America, and he destroyed a lot of what
Yeah.
America had built over um a few decades, and he single-handedly destroyed that in his span of presidency. Um but I think it kind of ties into the whole thing of um like living in rural America, not having an outlet, being poor, living in poverty,
Hmm.
um, like drugs, not having access to build a better life for yourself.
Hmm.
And I think that also really ties into like 80s and how it was a great period to be filmed in my
It's
opinion.
so interesting that you bring Ronald up and like all of that and like people and the drugs that were going around in the 80s and like like meth addicts and all of that the place by whatever changes Reagan made, I guess. Um because I You're frozen.
Yoav, you're frozen. Um,
Frozen.
we're having some
You're
tech.
frozen.
You're frozen. Okay, you're good. You're back.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, you're good now.
I don't know what you guys just saw, but that was a glitch in the
Glitch in the
Matrix.
matrix. Oops. Continue what you were saying, sir.
Because analyzed this from a queer perspective, which was not something I thought I'd be doing. But is Luca Guadagnino part of the LGBTQ
I
community?
thought he was gay.
Gay. Well,
Let
just
me
because he
let me
made it, you
let me
can't, you can't be straight and make "Call Me by Your Name."
um
That's my thing.
hold on. I don't
Anyways, I kind of yeah, no, he's gay. Um, I kind
Yeah,
of
he's literally gay. Thank you. Thank you. I
yeah
knew it.
took
I
this
knew it.
as a queer perspective because they're the way that these like cannibals are pushed out from their families and forced to like band together in this like weird
Oh,
network kind of reminds me of the AIDS crisis
that's yep,
firstly,
for sure.
and also just queer people in general and how they're treated, and especially in the 80s in the Midwest. Very I think there must be something. There must be something about that. I don't know
For
if that's present in the book or
for
if
sure.
Luca introduced that. Um, but there must be something. So that's like my big metaphor taking out of this. But it's interesting that you were kind of taking a different route of like drugs and like, well, in general, also people that were,
Here's the
pushed
thing.
out of society.
I don't think it's necessarily one thing. I don't think it's just like drugs, just
Mm-hmm.
queer. I think it kind of is like an umbrella for all of these different hardships that people go through.
Right.
Um,
Um,
I think it's like, okay, hold on. I have like a few different points. Let me like separate them.
it's true. It's very up to interpretation and your own like experience with it.
Like, okay. So, two things. One, I guess this one is like, this one's like pretty obvious, but I feel like, the cannibalism, it's like metaphor for, and I saw a bunch of people say this on Letterboxd, like, and all over, but like for uncontrolled addiction, like,
Right.
obviously, like it's something that like they can't control. These people that have to feed, they need it to survive. And I guess
Yeah.
that's how it goes hand in hand with like drug use and everything, and how there's
Uh-huh.
like different types of drug users, and that kind of falls into other people that we see in the movie. Um, but there's the people who like doing it and want to continue doing it, and there's the people who don't want to continue doing it, but they have to because their body can't survive without it,
And no one's
unfortunately.
helping them.
Exactly.
This
And
sorry.
no, go.
This dilemma that they have, the three options that these people have, as Lee pointed out, is to either kill yourself,
Yep.
to commit yourself to some
Mm-hmm.
sort of asylum, or in the drug metaphor a rehab center or whatever, or continue doing what you're doing.
Yep. Literally.
um
He says that
so
after
that's a
Marin visits his
very
mom.
real, yes, that's a very real thing to the drug use metaphor. um but well, okay, did you have we should we'll touch on the metaphor more, I think, but I just want to talk about this story. Well, firstly, I want to talk about the title cards in this movie, because I'm a sucker for when people use title cards correctly. Like if you place the title of your movie in the correct place, editing wise, in your story, I'm a sucker for that. So them dragging it out until she eats her friend's finger, and then it's bones and all, epic. the way they introduce the title and just the score aligning with the title and everything is amazing. And I love all of these like half faded like translucent title cards where they
Yep.
go from country to country. Amazing title card work. I'm just such a nerd for title cards. Like I'm a sucker for title cards, and the title cards are done very well.
They
And I think
really are.
sometimes filmmakers fuck up title cards, but this is not fucked up at all. Like it's not cringe at all. Um yeah. Well, what's your next note?
Well, okay. I have like a few, I don't know. It's like so I just have like okay. Cuz I
Mine's a
have
mess too, so
Because I have like mine are more like broader, not
mhm.
broad, but like more like overall general statements about
Right.
like themes and messages.
Same for me actually.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
kind of.
I do want to say real quick, Taylor Russell, Timothy Chalamet. Oh my God.
Obviously. I can't believe we haven't talked about
We
this
haven't
yet.
talked about their acting, but holy shit. Guys,
Mhm.
guys, they can act. Their performance, sorry, that was like really loud. Their performance is so convincing. Um, I don't I'm like speechless. Like I
Me
remember
too.
after the first time I watched it in theaters. I was left speechless. I literally had no words. I was like, damn. And even after rewatching it, I was speechless once again.
Yes. I think partly due to the ending, no.
Okay, we'll get to that. Don't
Yeah, we'll
worry.
get to that. But
We'll get to that.
their romance is so believable, and
Yeah.
yeah, I saw some people complaining about the chemistry, and I was like, wrong. They have great
They
chemistry.
have
They
amazing
work very
chemistry.
well. These are great actors that I think should continue being as prevalent as they are because
For
they're
sure.
some of the best young actors we have right now.
I'm sorry, Timothy
Um,
Chalamet. I don't care what anyone says about him. He's a phenomenal actor.
he's a phenomenal actor. I think with all of this talk about the idea of a movie star being dead, which is
No.
true, there's no more movie stars.
Well, he's a movie
That
star.
that's my Well, that's my opinion. I think that people don't go to the theaters because an actor is playing in a movie. Like if Timothy is playing in some, obviously Timothy has his super fans, but if Timothy is playing
Oh,
in
I
some
get it.
mid-budget drama about like not even from A24, like from some indie studio, like they're not gonna go watch that.
Well, right.
I mean,
Hence
in
why Bones
Timothy's
and All
case,
tanked.
yeah, they people don't watch movies for the stars anymore.
Yeah.
They watch
Okay.
them for the studios, for the not even for the directors, just for like whatever, if the trailer is loud enough, I
Yeah.
guess. um Hence why this bombed, which is such an awful.
Guys.
I think that in other years it would been like a word of mouth kind of movie. It's like, oh, I had a very visceral experience with this, so like very disgusting movie. Like go
Mm-hmm.
watch this, you know. But no, I don't understand why this didn't make all its money back. I hope it did.
Oh no. Here.
That's disappointing. But yeah,
The
T-Shao
the
and
budget was
Taylor.
it's really sad. The budget was 20 million
Mhm.
and it grossed almost 8 million. So
That's sad.
it tanked
That's
really
really
bad
sad.
in the theaters.
That's so stupid. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Which is also, it's such there should be a giant teen audience for this movie. Like kids our age would flock over this. Like it is perfect for them. It's a movie for the youth. It's a movie
Honestly,
for
I'm
the
not gonna
Timothy
lie.
Chalamet Taylor.
I think that was majority what like that was the audience that went to go see it.
Yeah, but there should be more. I feel like more than $8 million worth of ticket
I
sales of
know.
teens. I think that
It's
this this should have been a teen event.
I
I
agree.
feel like a Gen Z event, and no one talked about this.
Really a shame. Really a shame.
Yeah. But yeah, Timothy Chalamet, Taylor Russell, amazing. I mean, let me just start with Taylor Russell because she's in almost every shot in this movie, and she is so compelling and interesting, and the her character is so thought out and cool. And she's stylish and interesting and like a complex kind of character who's coming to terms with themselves, and her acting is spot on. It's
Yep.
perfect in my opinion.
Yep. Shout out to Chloe Sevigny as well. Her short
Who is
little
she?
she played her mother.
Oh, who is that? I don't know her.
Her mom in the
No,
mental.
I know, but who's the who's the actor? I don't
No
know her.
freaking way you just said that to me.
I don't know her well. I'm sorry. She's in American Psycho. Oh Jesus, this is a cool filmography. No, I think the only thing I've seen her in is this and American Psycho.
Brown Bunny Kids, American Psycho, Boys Don't Cry, Gummo, Zodiac, Bones and All, The Act,
What's
The
Zodiac?
Last Days of Disco, We Are Who We Are, Party Monster,
I'm
Shattered Glass,
sorry.
Please
I'm
Lounge,
sorry, Meli.
Portlandia, Julian Donkey
Meli.
Boy.
Meli. I didn't recognize her. I'm sorry.
Sorry guys, I love her. She's one of my favorite actors of all time. I love her.
I'm sorry. I'll get more into her filmography, I promise.
It's okay.
She was
Next.
great though in her cameo.
She was
I think
great.
this whole cast is amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously, also Michael Stuhlbarg. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Oh, the
Stolberg.
guy who played
Jake.
from State Farm.
Awful performance. Oh, I hated his little thing. I have a
Wait,
note
awful
about like
performance or awful
no, like in a good
character?
way.
Oh,
Awful
okay.
character.
Because I
Like
have a note
he,
about him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jake. What's
Jake and
his
Brad.
Ben Brad.
Guys. They were in this for 4 minutes. They were in this for 4 minutes and yet they
The
somehow
amount of havoc.
fuck.
Awful characters. Awful.
That piece of music that plays there is probably one of the best pieces of music in the whole movie, in my opinion.
Very unsettling moment. Very unsettling moment. It kind of speaks to the reality how people might take this might take this cannibalism thing to an extreme and something for pleasure.
Yes, which was my point. My point was well, the one thing that's very ambiguous in this movie is we do not know if Jake and Brad are actually eaters or not.
Well, I think Jake is. I thought Jake was and Brad isn't.
Okay, yeah. That's what I got the first time watching the movie. But like it's not a
Has your opinion changed?
I think it's made it a little more like clear to me as to like how they approach it. And if Jake is a feeder and Brad isn't, or if they're, which I'm assuming it's probably that one, the way that Brad probably also feeds even though he doesn't have to is a wild concept to me.
Fucked up dude.
Yeah, and it's just like you can tell the difference between Marin and Lee, people who feed because they have to, and then Jake and Brad, people who do it because they want to and they get like pleasure out of it. Like it's so dirty and vile. Oh.
Well, when Jake mentioned the concept of, the title of this film, Bones and All.
Oh, chilling.
Chilling, and not only because that's just the title of the film and it's one of those moments where it's like they said it, they said the word, but also the act of enveloping an entire person inside your body what is it? Is it like the ultimate expression of something, of love, of
I yeah,
um I have no idea. I can't even start to think of the implications of ingesting an entire human being into you.
it's wild. It's almost like reaching like cannibalism enlightenment or like cannibalism nirvana. It's so
Right. He said it was like popping your cherry.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, they're awful characters. I don't um well, here's what I wrote. Just the 70s 80s vibes of the like the chunkiness, the clunkiness of the editing. Um, you know? Do you
Mhm.
know what I'm talking about? It's like a little clunky, but like in a good way,
Yeah, yeah.
where it's like
Totally.
endearing. I wrote about that. It seems to me that after you eat a fellow human, the value of life is lost. And it's interesting to me. I wrote this in the first half of the movie that these characters still feel so much love and these feelings of like soaring melancholy. Um, and these feelings still exist within their characters, which I find cool. Yeah, I
Sorry.
did write that. It's okay. Boring.
It's not boring. I think okay. I think there's two, at least for my notes, two very, very big things we have left to talk about.
I well, okay.
And the first one is Sully.
Oh yeah. I
First,
didn't even know.
what do you think of Sully? Because to me, Sully's character is the most confusing in the film. Not in a bad way, but he's just he's a stalker, creepy man, but then he taught Marin like how to sniff other like
Bro, Mark Rylance.
he's so good. Oh, so
He's
good.
great. His Sully. I'm trying to think. Some people on Letterboxd I saw compared him to he was like doing a impression of Herbert from Guy.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah.
You know, Herbert the pervert.
Yes. For sure.
It's kind of true. It's kind of like this soft-spoken weirdo he wears feathers and has like a ponytail and like a
Yeah,
I
and pins on his
I also
lapel.
saw a Letterbox review that was like I don't mind seeing people eat each other, but I draw the line at hair at ropes of hair.
Yup. He just
That's awful, by the way.
that is
Um his performance is interesting. I would say he is the most confusing character. I think sometimes tonally he didn't work well, like perfectly well for me, because
mhm.
I feel like Mark Rylance was kind of in his own world. This might change on a rewatch. I don't know, because he's such a complex character, that kind of makes you feel bad and then scared and then
And then whatever the fuck he made
weird.
you feel in the
I don't
end.
know. I think yeah. Well, yeah, we'll get to the end, but he is, and I wrote in the beginning, ew, Mark Rylance, stay away from me, ew, ew, I don't want your Cornish hen. I don't want your Cornish hen. Um, there's a bunch of notes about him. Awful.
Yeah.
Disgusting, disturbing, stupid, ugly, ugly
Real
man.
real fucked up character.
I
Like
love Mark Rylance though for just taking this to the max.
me too. And the commitment is pretty great.
It's pretty great. What was the second big thing we didn't address?
Oh, the the ending.
Oh, okay, wait. Can I
That was my
can I
other
just
note. Yeah,
can I do something before
share
that?
share anything you
Because I have
have.
a few questions. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I have more stuff, but I'll say it after the ending when we get to like our rating and stuff.
Okay.
Um, two questions I have for you, Melina, someone that's seen this twice.
Okay.
Timothy Chalamet actually jerked the guy off
Yes.
before why?
Um,
Because, like, isn't he committed to Taylor Russell at that point in the film?
I think
What, like, I'm not. I don't know. It was just like a weird thing to me. That's like, why are you still masturbating him?
okay. I guess technically they're committed to each other. Like they're, they spend all their
Mhm.
time together, whatever. Like they feed together. They have this,
Hmm.
obviously they have a connection and a bond.
Right, right.
Um, I don't know. I never
I
really
mean,
thought
I'm
about
not
it.
saying this as a bad thing.
No,
I
no, I
think
know.
it might have something to do with like pleasuring your victim before they like it's some kind of sympathy thing where it's like I
Mm-hmm.
want to like make you feel good at least before you're dying, I
I don't
guess.
know. I never
I
really
don't know. I was
saw
just
it.
wondering if
I never
I don't
really
think it's
saw
a
it in that
romantic
way.
act or anything. I'm just like
No.
that's an interesting way you killed him.
I think it's also just like he's was just being selfish.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
like he going into it, he knew he was gonna kill this guy.
Mhm.
He and
The guy was actually sweet. I don't know.
eh,
Why didn't you
he,
like him?
well he was being kind of mean to the kid.
Right.
Whatever.
But
He
whatever.
went into this knowing he was gonna they were
Compared to
gonna
other
feed on him.
characters.
Well, yeah, compared to Sully.
Yeah.
But I think it was just like a selfish thing where he was like, I'm gonna seduce you, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want because I'm gonna eat you. So might as well seduce you, might as well take
Is
your
he
drugs.
attracted to this guy? I'm just
I'm gonna I'm gonna say there could have
yes.
been some sort of attraction,
Yeah.
but I think in a way it doesn't really matter because like he knows and Marin knows that like they're committed to each other.
Hmm. I just don't think there was that much. I didn't know if it was attraction or not because well really because of the way that he committed this sexual act towards him.
Right.
Like from the back without looking at anything.
Which is why
I,
it's like it seems to me more like a selfish doing.
right. Which yeah, because the whole reach around situation it feels more selfish.
Yeah.
Like okay. Yeah. My second question is a harsh one,
Oh.
actually. I'm just wondering. Um, okay. It's like two questions.
Mm-hmm.
If you met these people and you knew everything about them, would you kill them?
Oh.
If you had like the two of them in a room with a knife.
If I had the knife or if they had the
Mhm.
knife.
If you had
Here's the thing. So I know this about them. I know that they feed.
right.
Have they expressed interest in wanting to kill me?
Right, right. This is a bad question, but if you were an
Because
eater,
if I was an eater,
okay, that was a bad question, but if you were an eater,
mm-hmm.
what choice would you take? Because I think I would kill myself.
Really
That's the choice I would make.
interesting. I definitely would not commit myself to an institution. That's for sure.
That's
Um,
harsh.
yeah. I think I
It's
think
kind of like
I
a
would go
trolley
through with
problem.
it.
You would?
Yeah.
Because why is your life as an individual worth more than the hundreds you're killing during your lifetime?
Yeah, no, that is a total like valid
That's
moral
my
question to
thing.
pose. Totally. So, okay. The question that you're posing is like it's very like it's very
I just thought it was fun.
it is
Yeah.
it's like a selfish thing like that humans do. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like
Hmm.
no one's life is worth more than others.
Right.
But it's like one of those selfish acts that like you do because you have to.
Hmm.
And I guess that goes into the whole idea of like picking your victims wisely and like making sure that like they don't have a family or kids or whatever. But then it's
Right.
just like you're still taking away a life. But then again, if I was in their position, I would probably feed. I'm gonna be honest.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know myself enough to say that I would commit suicide immediately. Well,
That's
probably not
intense.
immediately, but well, I think it depends on your viewpoint here. Cause I don't I think that's like a level of selfish. I'm not saying you're selfish at all. I don't even know what I do in this situation,
No,
but I
I
think
I understand what you're
like
saying.
continuing my life to like Mark Rylance's age and like continuing to live and kill people like that's a very sad life.
It
That's a
is a sad
very
life.
hard life to live. And
Yeah.
with drugs, I just don't know the lore completely with these eaters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a little muddy, actually. Just like, how necessary is it? I don't understand.
It seems to be necessary to me.
Completely like mandatory?
I don't think it's mandatory, but I think to me, Marin's mom is an example of what happens when you don't eat.
Right. Which, yeah, she's a great example. She helps kind of formulate what's going on.
She
If
hasn't,
we're analyzing this, sorry,
no, I was just gonna say that she hasn't like eaten or been fed for a very
she ate
long time.
herself.
Yeah. But you can tell like that her mind deteriorates.
Right. If we're analyzing this from a queer perspective, you can't do anything to stop yourself from being your sexuality. Okay, so
Right.
that's completely mandatory. But from a drug use perspective, there are ways to withdraw yourself.
Of course.
So that's interesting that they keep that ambiguous and like the lore around that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I also really sorry, last thing. I really liked the dream sequences, those
Mm.
little snippets of the characters dream and like having nightmares. I
Agreed.
think that
Totally.
those were really well editing and unsettling and cool.
Yeah.
Um love that one. They made it a fun time. But let's get to this ending.
Damn,
Let's get to this
I'm
ending.
shocked that this episode is gonna be our longest episode.
Are you for real?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we also haven't talked in a while.
We haven't, and we had a lot
We
of
haven't talked in a
news.
while. This is crazy.
Okay, the ending. Let's get right to it. I want to know your thoughts right off the bat and what you thought because the ending is
Uh,
a whirlwind of emotions that just bitch
oh
slap
God.
you across the face.
Um. Well, here's my experience. When the time jump happened 2 months forward, there's around 30 minutes before that ending happens. I'll be honest. The movie was kind of losing me,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that I don't know. I think it was something about it that just became more like a young adult novel to like the fact that this was adapted from a young adult novel kind of got was more prevalent
Got it.
in that half an hour to me. I don't know, it just felt like the airy pacing stopped working for some
Mm-hmm.
reason. Um
I
and
get that.
the cannibal undertones were kind of getting, I wouldn't say gimmicky, but like I don't know. They were getting muddled. But then the ending happens. So I don't know how necessary that half an hour was, but like introducing the romance is like a normal thing and then hitting you was a very good gut punch moment.
Yes.
Um
Yes.
so it's on the one hand, I was kind of losing it. On the other hand, it's kind of necessary to have that moment.
Yeah.
Um So it's like a half situation. But when Mark Rylance shows up, it's a gut punch in like a scary way. He's terrifying in that scene.
Yeah.
And just everything that ensues after that, obviously my eyes were glued to the screen. I was terrified, I was sad, I was whatever. What do you think?
Well, I think the initial thing is you're like seeing them be domestic together and just living like life, cooking,
There's that, yeah.
like,
That's like the 5 minutes before the Mark Rylance shows up. It's like showing a
yeah.
montage of their life.
And you're like, oh my God, this is exactly what I wanted to see from the movie. Like these two people that love each other being together, like living this life that they want, without a lot of that violence, I guess, that they were going through
Right.
before. And then Sully shows up. And everything you thought was happening or you had in your mind gets crushed.
Right.
Because this guy comes in and fucking attacks them.
Mm-hmm.
And then that whole, I don't know how long that scene is.
I would say 6-7 minutes.
Between the attack and then Lee, like,
that's maybe 10 minutes.
between him and Lee and then the bathtub and then the
Mm-hmm.
blood and I want to know what you think. Your eyes are like,
It was terrifying. So it was a terrifying scene. It was definitely the most bloody, gory one. It was kind of operatic in a way, like kind of Romeo and Juliet, like the epic ending of like this story, this amazing jaw-dropping ending. I did think it was brilliant. I thought this movie couldn't end in any other way.
nope.
Except for one of them eating each other.
Right, which
I was kind of expecting for there to be like I don't know like a 6-9 situation where they're like both eating each other or something. Like that's kind of I was thinking it was gonna end in some like abstract way
I thought
where
that was
they
gonna
eat
happen.
each other at the yeah.
I thought they were
You
gonna. The
get it.
first
You
time I
get it.
watched it,
You
I
get
thought
it.
they were gonna eat each other. I was waiting for them to
Because
start
I
eating each other
thought
at the same
they
time.
would like eat each other at the same time, and then this is like the ultimate like expression of love and sexuality and like embracing each other in the most violent and visceral way possible. But I'm happy it ended this way.
Bones
And
and all, baby.
yeah, but especially I'm happy about that final shot because the final shot is so this slow like zoom into them, and they're like it's like two people. What are the possibilities? You're seeing these two people against this American landscape and knowing everything they did. They seem like they love each other because they're like half nude. um what are the possibilities? How how many people can they eat? How much havoc can they cause? How much can they really love each other? What, like, ooh, that shot is perfect. That ending shot was just amazing.
What do you? I'm assuming. Okay, let me give you my interpretation real quick, and then
Okay,
you tell me if you agree.
please.
My interpretation of that final scene is obviously that, Lee wanted her to eat him, bones and all,
Mm-hmm.
and she ate him, bones and
She
all.
ate.
She ate.
Yeah.
She consumed him fully. And then to me, that last scene is like, it's very ambiguous because we don't know what happens to Marin. We
Mm-hmm.
don't know if Marin dies and that's them together in like said afterlife. We don't know what it
That's a
is,
cool interpretation. I never thought of that.
but that's not my interpretation. That's just one that I have thought of, but it's
I
not what
thought
I
that
think it
was
is.
just like a flashback, kind of like
Okay,
a showing what happened earlier.
That's okay, because I thought it
because
was
they do
more.
say, I don't know.
I thought it was showing like how. What did I write? That she's now one with Lee because she ate him bones and all.
Okay.
And to me, like that final shot was like a representation of just how they're kind of like one united, entwined entity now.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
got from
think
it.
the fact that they are one entity now is true.
Mm-hmm.
They are, and I think that ending does show it. But I also think that was just like a very evocative visual to put at the end,
Of
and
course.
super super important to the film's narrative, and just incredibly impactful. I did have a note that was like the needle drop at the end. Um, in my opinion, I would have kept it silent, from the
Mm,
moment she starts eating him till because it does go silent at the end. I just wish that silence started earlier.
got it.
Really, I didn't need the music.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my own like taste in that, I guess, because it's like a kind of electronic kind of situation. It depends what you're looking for in this kind of moment.
Right.
Um, to me it felt kind of manipulative, and I thought that the visuals like spoke for itself.
Mm-hmm.
um but really that's like a stupid criticism because it is such a beautiful ending. um
I
yeah.
I'm trying to pull it up right now. Yeah, honestly, I think that's one of the most like as like horrifying as that final scene is,
Hmm.
it is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
I get that, yeah.
Like it's so haunting and it's so just I said horrifying, but like, it's gross.
Hmm.
It's bloody, it's
It's
dirty, it's like you can taste the blood through the screen.
we didn't even talk about the sound design, because the sound design makes everything so amped up and like crunchy and dirty and disgusting and
Yeah,
bloody. The
but
the sound
like
design's amazing.
that ending scene is just so beautiful,
Powerful.
very powerful, very beautiful. I was almost in tears in the theater. I wasn't, but I almost was.
I
Yeah,
feel like I wasn't in tears because I was shocked. I was like, my mouth was open, you know.
right.
Um, Maybe on a rewatch I will be in tears, because it's a very difficult moment,
I don't know.
um,
I
to
wasn't in tears this time, or I
conceptualize.
wasn't in tears anytime. Just I always like,
Yeah, I mean, God, I feel like I was a little disconnected to this on this watch just because of the situation I'm living through right now.
right.
Um, it's kind of weird to see violence on screen. Stuff like this helps me process what's going on in my country right now, because like,
Mm-hmm.
death is a big theme here, and like, um dealing with that and processing death, and like death as a form of romance, of sexuality, like that really helped me process some stuff, I would say. But I did feel a little distant, and that's not the film's fault at all.
Yeah.
And I think on a rewatch I'll definitely even like more emotionally resonate to it, not just on like a shocked level and like, wow, these visuals are pretty, but also on an emotional one completely.
Yeah.
um
No, I totally get
but
it.
yeah,
I
but
totally
yeah.
understand.
So that's why I didn't tear up, but I'm sure I would. um
Right.
do you wanna get to ratings?
Yeah, let's do it. So, do you want me to go first?
Rock rock
Okay.
papers
On shoot. Ready?
rock Okay,
Rock.
rock
Rock, paper, scissors.
paper scissors shoot.
Shoot.
Oh no. Does that
Okay,
mean
I'll
I
go.
have to start,
No,
or?
because I lost, so I go first.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, the first time I watched it, 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
On my rewatch, 4.5.
Okay. That's that was kind of my prediction. I kind of predicted that.
Yeah.
I was wondering, because like I feel like in a theater, this is like a very, you tell me, it's like a really big
Oh,
visceral like crowd experience,
yeah.
and at home, maybe. I think some of that might have worn off.
Yeah,
Is that
for
what
sure.
happened? Or
That's
okay,
exactly what happened.
okay. Because I'm sure I would even rate this higher if I was in a theater.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that. Um, like I said, I think this is a beautiful, impactful, important film that should be recognized as a classic in the future, especially for teenagers. I think it could really help people come to terms with themselves. I
Yeah.
I truly think that. And Luca Guadagnino has a specialty for that, especially with Call Me by Your Name being such a cultural thing for our generation as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did have some criticism. I think it could have used weirdly, I think it could have used more sex. I think the sexual nature of
Mm.
cannibalism isn't explored as much as it can be, just because the pacing is so airy, and I kind of love that, but also I think they could have squeezed in with this runtime a little more
Mm-hmm.
exploring of like the sexuality of cannibalism,
Right.
and also like a little things at the end. So my rating is a 4 out of 5.
Okay, I was waiting for that.
Yeah,
No,
but
you know what
amazing,
though?
just
I totally
amazing.
respect that. Like, I
Yeah.
was scared that you were gonna give it like a 3, 2.5.
No, I was scared too, but then I was like, I'm not gonna go into this with any hate. I'm like, I actually was really interested. I just want to shout out my friend Sheridan, because
Whoop,
she's been
whoop.
listening to the pod since episode one.
Shout
Well,
out.
I don't know if she's been listening since episode one, but she told me that she heard all the episodes at least, and um she is just great, and she watched this movie and gave it the same rating as I did. So
I
that's we're
shout
connected
out
on
to
that.
Sheridan. I love your
Yeah.
letterboxed bio. Lovely. Um, Thank you for
What does it
supporting and
say?
for just watching.
What is her? So I'll check later.
It says, I can read it to you right now. It says, I don't belong on this app. Yoav approved, Boozev.
Let's go. I thought she changed it to just Yoav approved, because earlier it was Zev approved, but then I was like, yeah, you should change that.
No, it says Yoav approved, Boozev.
Yeah, Sheridan. Buzev. Should we get to my pick? To
Hell
Oh my
yeah,
god.
let's do it. I'm
This
so
is
excited to hear.
girl, I don't even know. Okay, let's turn off our little balcony grounds.
Okay. Sorry,
Oh
my
my
nose.
room looks so much less pretty than the cinematography in this movie. Trust me, guys, I'm gonna add more posters. I already have one hanged up, and I'm gonna hang more, and it's gonna look cool.
Dude,
Um,
you guys, what you don't even see the fucking shit in my room. You should
her
see
room
what
is
I look at.
insane.
Like you think this
She
is
is truly a film fan. Let me just tell you that.
no, like
Her
y'all
room is
like
crazy.
maybe one day I'll do a podcast flipped around so you
This
can
is
see.
giving depressed music fan and like a bare room. Like that's what it's giving.
It's
It's giving
okay.
Matthew McConaughey's room in True Detective.
Don't
Um,
okay. No. Never that
that's how
bad.
bare it is. No, I'm kidding. The vibes in here are good. When you
Yeah.
visit, you'll know. Um, so here okay. So here's my thing. I don't think I maybe you have. I don't think you've heard of this one.
Oh,
Um
interesting.
I when in my various escapades when I was like maybe 12 or 13 on YouTube, like getting into film, like doing all that shit, I passed this trailer for a movie, this movie. And it really unsettled me because there was something about it and the vibes and a certain creature in the film that was in the trailer that scared me. Um,
Okay. So you've seen
so
this movie.
no.
Oh,
So it was lurking in the back of my head for years now how creepy this was and how interesting it is. And like once in a while I search this movie up and I'm like, what the fuck is this movie though? Like I'm kind of interested and like kind of unsettled
okay. I'm
and kind
scared.
of weirded out. And it's not well known, not very well known. But I do have 7 friends that have it on their watch list, so I guess it's kind of known. I don't know. It's on your watch list. It's from 1978.
Wait, it's on my watch list?
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, I was gonna say.
So it's not on Criterion or anything, but the director has a film on Criterion. 2 films actually, I believe. The director has The Cremator. Yeah, The Cremator, it's called, which is another horror film I've been meaning to watch. It's from the Czech Republic from 1978, okay? And the movie is called Pana a Netvor, or Beauty and the Beast. It's a horror gothic adaptation of the classic Beauty and the Beast story.
Sing.
Julie, the youngest daughter of a bankrupt merchant, sacrifices her life in order to save her father. She goes to an enchanted castle in the woods and meets Netvor, a bird-like monster. As Netvor begins to fall in love with Julie, he must suppress his beastly urge to kill her. So that's Pana a Netvor from 1978.
I thought it was gonna be this other movie.
Which one?
Shit, I have to find the director. It's somewhere in my thing.
Who is he? Well, what's the movie?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
The name of the movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's something very, very creepy. Like very creepy. And when you said that, I thought it was that movie, and I was like, uh-oh. No, 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 no. Please don't.
Well, this is the trailer for this. I haven't seen it in a while, but something about, if you search it up on Letterboxd, this poster is also amazing.
Yeah.
Look at that poster.
Okay, Lo has
Very
seen
haunting.
it.
Who is Lo?
This girl that I always
What
mention.
did she rate? What did she rate? 4?
4, which is crazy. Because I've told Yoav, Lo, this girl rates every movie she watches 1 star. So
sick.
7,000 people have watched it. That's it.
That's pretty low, even though this week the Joan McClane Silver movies I watched have like 5 reviews. But yes, the poster is stunning. I would that poster belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
And also that trailer, again, I haven't seen it since I was 13, but something about it really scared me.
Right.
In like an unsettled way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Beauty and the Beast. And if you want to watch it, it is available on YouTube in high quality.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
I am actually very excited for this because I've never heard of this movie, which is always so much fun to discover new movies you've never heard of.
I think you shouldn't search really far because the Beast's like character design is really good and scary. And
what do you mean I shouldn't search too far?
Surprise.
Oh, you mean I won't.
Like, don't watch the trailer or anything.
I won't.
I think it would be cool. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I don't know how much shock that elicits. I don't know how much of a horror movie this really is, even though it's listed under the horror genre. Mm-hmm. I just think this like gothic horror adaptation of Beauty and the Beast seems interesting.
Right. That's awesome, dude.
That's my pick.
Yay!
We'll see how it goes.
That's awesome. Well, this has been our longest episode, so sorry, y'all.
If you're still here, you're a real one.
Yeah, really.
And if you're not here, fuck you.
They wouldn't even know we're saying that because they're not here.
Yeah, so I can call you an ugly asswipe.
With skid marks.
With skid marks. You look like Mark Rylance in Bones and All.
Yeah, you probably collect fucking hair.
No slander for Mark Rylance's visual appearance outside of Bones and All. Just in Bones and All, you look like him.
Yeah.
You look like the Cornish
hen.
Cornish hens. Those really reminded me of the hens in Eraserhead, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah, thanks guys.
And watch Pana and War.
Yep.
Great.
And we'll see you next week. Adios, muchachos.
Bye.